Well, good morning. It's that time of the day again. Time to dip the brush and the nib and do a bit of ink drawing. So today's word is roof. Not the greatest of words, I must say, but it's always good to have a challenge. Always like a good morning challenge. And today I'm just I've got a little bit of an idea. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, but it's going to be about there. And I'm just going to try and come across with this idea that might be fun. And I don't know, I kind of like this stage of the day because it's like, you know, where are the eyes going to be? Where's the nose going to be? Where's the mouth? How is this going to look? You know, I mean, there's nothing planned out. So there's a beautiful bit of excitement here where you really don't know what is going to happen, you know? I mean, you just kind of let the paper tell you what's hidden in there, you know? Like, you know, those sculptors that used to say that they would chisel away and find what was beneath. I kind of find that's a little bit like with the ink. You just kind of draw and see what appears, you know? And I think it's beautiful. I love the excitement of it. I just love the excitement of what is going to appear in the next couple of minutes. And I think that's just very, very, very exciting. You know, where's the smile gonna end, and how is the mouth gonna be? And it's just brilliant. I just love it. I mean, that's the best part about my job is, you know, sometimes you're just as excited and amazed and surprised about what's gonna come through it as the people that are watching, you know, and I think that's just beautiful. What eye direction are you gonna have? Well, there he is, or she is, or whatever it's gonna end up being. And we've got this lovely, rather large feeling because we've got this big kind of chin on him or her, and we've got to start thinking, what's gonna be here? Now the idea is roof, and I've got this idea of somebody maybe trying to fly and jumping off a roof, and I'm thinking, what? How am I going to dress him, her? What is going to be dressed? What is the image? What is the... And I think that's gorgeous, you know? I mean, you know, with all the things that I've done in my past, it's like, you know, I worked on the Moomins, and I worked on Roger Rabbit, I worked on Lilo and Stitch, and all those products are already drawn for you, and you basically need to kind of copy it and recopy it and recopy it. So although it's really exciting, after a while let's give him some wings. There's not much of a surprise, you know. You kind of know what is coming when you put your pen down. You know the construction of the characters, you know, and not very many of them give you a surprise. I think one of my favorite shows that I ever worked on was a thing called Treasure. It was for a Canadian company called Sinar. I think now they're called Cookie Jar. And it was a fabulous show with British accents. And it was about this young teenage girl called Treasure. And her grandmother. She lived with her mom and her grandmother. And her mother had a boyfriend called Brian. I used to listen to the recorded tracks from the actors coming in, and they were fabulous. If you ever get a chance to watch the TV show, please do. It's just a dream. It's just so funny. I can't remember who wrote that show. If you do know, let me know. But it's stunning. I've never seen it on TV. I got the videos of it and stuff like that, but I never actually saw it on TV, so maybe it was a Canadian thing, maybe, I'm not sure. But I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I had this real waxy kind of way of drawing, and they had this dog who was quite old and slabbering, and oh, it's just fabulous. So that was one of my favorites. At the time, I think one of my favorites was Dennis and Menace. I did Dennis and Menace for a couple of years, which kind of went on to be Horrid Henry, which I think I did every episode of Horrid Henry. And, you know, that was kind of exciting because I knew the books of Horrid Henry and Dennis and Menace, so those were really special at the time. And well, still special, you know, because it's always special to work on something that people know, you know. If people say, oh, well, what do you do? And you say, oh, well, I draw Dennis and Menace and the Moomins and Lilo and Stitch and Horrid Henry and Paddington Bear, and the people go, oh, wow. So it's always nice, you know. It's always nice that people know what you've done, and whereas sometimes when you're working on a really cool project, but it isn't so famous, it can kind of be a bit disappointing because you kind of say, well, I'm working on a show called, and then they go, oh, never heard of it. So doesn't matter how good it is, if it's not known and heard of, it's kind of pointless, really. People kind of look at you with a dead stare, you know. But I used to make a lot of my own TV shows as well, my own stories, which was the Little China, which I made the comic book out of. Go and have a look at that if you're interested. But I did, I've done hundreds of TV shows over the years, and I've done about 13 or 14 feature movies for the cinema, a couple of Disney ones, and yeah, fabulous. Had a great life. Still have. And now I have the freedom to kind of draw as I see and what I want, and it's a beautiful freedom of just kind of making things up as you go along, and just feeling that freedom is just so gorgeous. So if you want to kind of support this type of artist like me, go along and have a look at some of the books that I've done. I showed you the Cat, which is very similar to all these kind of drawings that I'm doing now. That was quite a popular one at the time when I did the Inktober. When I was doing all those, it was quite a fabulous, exciting time. And those were done over a couple of months. all filled with this type of cat type of illustration, which was really, really fun putting that book together. It was just, you know, I hadn't really drawn cats or anything, and I did a couple of cats and people really reacted very, very, very well to it, and then I ended up doing a whole book on them. In fact, I ended up doing 2 books on them, which again, just lovely. Alright, so there we are. We kind of got some kind of fairy or angel, or I got some kind of jacket on there, so I guess it could be some kind of inventor maybe who's jumping off the roof with his winged jacket. And there's the jacket going back there, a bit more sticking out there. And he's kind of jumping off this roof, which is just over here. And he's going to see if he can learn to fly. Maybe he's going to be catching some birds or something up there, you know. You know what cats are like. And that's him jumping off the roof, off into the sky. So what would you like me to draw? Has anybody got any ideas what, you know? Because I'm always curious about who is interested in what I'm drawing, and, you know. So it'd be really nice to hear what you think, what excites you, you know. What do you think about my drawing style? I mean, it's also, I'd love to know what you guys think, you know? I mean, obviously, I like my own style because I like to have that freedom, and there he is. Well, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? So, there we are. We have a lovely drawing for today's Inktober, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it at least brings a smile to your face, and if it does, write and tell me. Send me a message and say what you think about it. Good or bad, whatever you want. Come on. Give me a message. The way that TikTok and Instagram work, it's kind of difficult to know how many people are actually looking at what you do and if they enjoy it even. You know, it's kind of like a very strange kind of thing, looking at the internet every day to see if people like your drawings or not. It's very odd. But I still love doing it, and even if I didn't video it and didn't put it up, I still would sit here and do it. It's become the pleasure of my life. I absolutely love doing it. So there you are, a beautiful fairy cat. So send me a message, tell me what you think, give me some comments, thoughts on what you think about the style, and if there's anything that you would like to see. Again, just send me a message and say, I would love you to draw whatever. Put in a couple of clouds so we can kind of see these up there so high. Fantastic, love it. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for enjoying the drawing, and come back and see some more. Let's just keep drawing every single day, and let's get some beautiful comments coming in. Lovely. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day.